What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. Well, it looks like the, shall we say, spoilers keep on rolling, so there's plenty to discuss. As always, I got plenty of regular viewers that are trying to avoid any sort of spoilers, so I will give you the fair warning in advance for respect for you guys. We're going to be talking about only spoiler-ish type stuff moving forward for the rest of the video, so you have been warned. We are going to begin in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so we got two different data miners that we're going to be using for our information today. Both of this comes from Twitter. Both of their Twitter links will be in the description if you want to go follow them. But up first is MultiverSusie, who tells us something a little interesting. I don't know if this was public information quite yet, but next week's patch, meaning like the one that was supposed to go out tomorrow technically, has been delayed along with Gizmo. It's coming on Thursday. Now, we did know Gizmo was getting officially delayed, but also the patch, the massive one that Tony told us that is coming as well, that's being delayed till Thursday. So yeah, don't look forward to anything new on Tuesday. It's all being shifted to Thursday. It probably has to do with maybe, I don't know, PlayStation or Xbox not quite having the update ready to go. I'm just kind of guessing, but everything will be ready. Hopefully there's no more delays, but yes, the patch and Gizmo are both coming out Thursday, not tomorrow on Tuesday. Now we're going to be moving on to Lord of the Rings discussion. Now, a couple weeks ago I made a video about Gandalf, and there's some bad news for him. But I forget the company, but somebody's trying to buy or acquire the Lord of the Rings rights and IP and all that stuff. But apparently Warner Brothers might be trying to fight it or something. It's kind of a weird little situation. But Lord of the Rings stuff has been data mined in Multiversus, in the code and all that stuff, right? And Gandalf was a character that was officially like leaked through a really early screenshot of the game. So where's Gandalf? Where's the Lord of the Rings stuff? Is it still coming? Well, sadly, it doesn't appear to be, at least any time for the foreseeable future. So Susie here tells us, I guess it could be safe to say that Lord of the Rings stuff could have been scrapped. Oh boy, that kind of sucks. But there has been a lot of content related to it removed from the game, build after build. That is disappointing. That is. But with even one of Gandalf's moves being repurposed for Morty, and him even being mentioned as unused later on. Him being Gandalf. So in the files of the game, in the coding, Gandalf was referred to as Gandalf, and well, now they pretty much just wiped away all Gandalf mentions and just changed it to unused. So yeah, Gandalf kind of is not looking good. I personally would expect it. It's not going to be like a surprise reveal, like, oh yeah, by the way, October, here's Gandalf. No, not happening. Not happening. Like I said, foreseeable future, don't think so. But we got another data miner that kind of weighs in here on that move that we were just talking about. The one that was repurposed for Morty of all people. Like, that's two different characters, two different universes. So interesting. But here's what they say. Considering I didn't comment about this on my page, Morty's spaceship, I believe his up special, his spaceship move was originally meant to be a move for Gandalf, where he has a flying eagle platform. But the eagle was left in the files with Morty, and the move was just fully repurposed for Morty himself. Now, that's quite interesting. I did take a peek back in February of a leaked Gandalf moveset, and it had grounded up special and up special air as labeled something like friend of the Eagles or something like that. So yeah, this is true. Gandalf did have this at one point, but it looks like it was scrapped. Well, not scrapped. It was just repurposed for Morty, and it's just kind of more proof that I guess Lord of the Rings and Gandalf stuff are not coming to Multiverses again, at least in the foreseeable future. All right, let's move on to something a little bit more happier, shall we? Let's talk about Rick Sanchez. Hey, we just had the premiere for season 6 of Rick and Morty. The episode was freaking phenomenal, by the way. I loved it. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait for the rest of the season, but that's a different topic. But the data miner does give us a little bit of an insight as to maybe when we could expect Rick to release for Multiversus. So they go on to say, I imagine Rick could, and this is not confirmed, this is just them speculating, but they imagine Rick could be the next character after Gizmo. It could be the next character as he's been finished and had loads of playtesting before. But they could be tweaking Rick here a bunch because this data miner says when they were able to play as Rick, they didn't find him fun or good. So maybe he just had an issue where he had no combo game. Maybe his moves lacked power. Maybe something. I'm not sure. Maybe there's no knockback. Maybe it's really difficult to get kills. Whatever it might be, I guess they needed some last minute tweaking to his character. So if that's the case, I guess I can wait a little bit longer for Rick. You know, I don't want him to come out and go, he can't do nothing and he's so unfun. I'm very much looking for, he's been my #1 most wanted character since last November. So, yeah, if I need to wait a couple more weeks for some tweaks, I'm all for it. But, yeah, it looks like Rick should be coming sooner rather than later. Hopefully after Gizmo. Sticking with Rick Sanchez here, the Rick and Morty theme, we got the same data miner telling us that it seems that Rick's blaster is actually going to be an item you can pick up. And they're going to try to get it working in-game. As of recording, I didn't get to see any videos of this, so I got no proof of this. But yeah, Rick's blaster is apparently an item that you can pick up. Now, I don't know if that's just because maybe during his moveset he just discards and throws the blaster away. Maybe he can get knocked out of his hand or something. That'd be kind of weird. You just lose your blaster. That'd be weird. But maybe this could just be a free-for-all item, like it just appears in the safe, you know? So if you play free-for-all, there's a safe that starts in the middle of the stage, and then you can break open the stage and get an item. So maybe that's what this is referring to. I just find it a little weird that, or I have a hard time believing that you could just, Rick would just drop his blaster on the, unless it's a part of a gimmick. I'm not quite sure, but we'll have to wait and see. But what we do know, Rick's blaster is apparently going to be an item you can pick up. All right, let's end with a funny sort of insight. We got the same data miner here talking about Godzilla. Yes, I like to hear this. So here's a fun fact they tell us. When Godzilla's prototype was being created, when Godzilla was originally being worked on, his weight in game was at 75, which is less than Superman, Iron Giant, LeBron, Wonder Woman, and Garnet. Excuse me? Do they not know that Godzilla is a freaking kaiju? Yeah, Godzilla should be the biggest and the heaviest character on the roster if and when he does become playable. So hopefully that was just like a really early version and they hadn't quite figured out the weight and stuff yet. But yeah, well, fun fact, like to say, Godzilla wasn't even going to be the heaviest character when he got into the game. I think some people would have found that a bit baffling if that ends up being the case at some point, but he's got to be the heaviest. Either way, that is it for the spoilery type of information that we went over in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry to the Lord of the Ring Gandalf fans. It doesn't seem like that's happening anymore, or at least not in the foreseeable future. But it does seem like Rick could be the next character released after Gizmo, so that'll be kind of fun. And hopefully that's like 2 weeks after Gizmo or something. That'd be great. But either way, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.